Charity has always been a very clear focus for our company. Over the past year, through the fund matching scheme we offer, you have raised over £150,000 for more than 30 different charities. We also completed our 3-year partnership with Teenage Cancer Trust and raised an amazing £250,000. It's obvious that many of you undertake all manner of personal challenges and adventures whilst raising these much needed funds, and I'd like to thank everyone who's raised or given money to support these causes. I now want to tell you about our charitable focus for 2017. The property industry has its own charity called LandAid, whose funds are used right across the country to help end youth homelessness. Our firm has been a foundation partner for a number of years. Next year is a special year for LandAid, which is celebrating its 30th anniversary. We have agreed and we'd like to offer LandAid some extra support and have pledged to raise £50,000 over the next year. And I've been speaking to Paul Morrish, LandAid's Chief Executive, and asked him to tell us more about the charity. Paul, if you come from a comfortable background, it's hard to imagine life without a home. What are the main causes of homelessness for the young?
Well, it's hard to imagine just how many people are homeless and young. We estimate about 85,000 young people in the UK are homeless. And the reasons for homelessness are many and varied, but only 1 in 10 will become homeless as a consequence of substance misuse. Only 1 in 10 will become homeless for physical or mental health reasons. The largest single reason why young people become homeless is because of a breakdown in family. Either their parents can't or won't look after them any longer, or they've been living with friends or relatives, and that's broken down after a period of transitional living. So the biggest reason is family breakdown. But of those 85,000 people, half are women, and 65% are still in education, training or employment, yet are homeless.
Paul, Cushman Wakefield have pledged to raise £50,000. If we do reach our target, where would that amount be spent?
There are 2 things we're hoping to do with the funds that are raised by staff at Cushman Wakefield. The first is to help tackle the disgrace of empty properties in the UK. There are 200,000 empty properties, long-term empty properties in the UK, and we're keen to put money into bringing those properties back into use for young people who are homeless, and where we can, to provide training and employment opportunities for young people to refurbish those properties as well. But we're also interested in providing support for young people who are on the streets or perilously close. So the funds that are raised will go to help bring empty properties back into use, and will go to help providing much needed support and advice for young people who find themselves on the streets.
Paul, I know many of my colleagues love to rise to the charity challenge. Can you tell us what sort of activity and events raise the most money for LandAid, and how else we might be able to make a real difference?
There are all sorts of great ways in which people can raise money and do so really effectively, and it doesn't matter where you are in the country. It doesn't matter whether you're in Glasgow or Manchester, Leeds, Birmingham, Cardiff, Bristol, Newcastle, or here in London. There are fantastic ways of raising money, and it should be fun. So people will raise money by doing sponsored runs. They'll raise money by participating in all sorts of events. But there are 2 things that might be particularly good. The first is to find opportunities that, as a business, you're doing anyway, where there's an opportunity to do some fundraising as well, a client event, a conference, a large meeting, and to tie some fundraising opportunities and activity into that. The second is recognising that people in Cushman Wakefield are fantastic entrepreneurs, commercially minded. So one of the things that's worked really well is for teams to have a certain small amount of money and to do as much with that money as they possibly can over a fixed period of time to raise money, to turn that small seed corn investment into something bigger and grander, and to give teams the opportunity to design whatever fundraising activity or income generating activity takes their fancy. But I suppose the key message is it should be fun. It should be about raising money to help end youth homelessness, and it doesn't matter where you are in the country. As long as you're part of the Cushman Wakefield family, you've got an opportunity to make a difference.
So, will you help us reach our £50,000 target for LandAid? If you're planning or involved in some activity or a challenge in 2017, a cycle ride, a run, a marathon, organising a golf event, holding a cake sale, an office sweepstake or auction, whatever it is, then please do think about raising some money for LandAid to help reach our pledge to raise £50,000 to end youth homelessness. Thank you.